You cannot allow those seeds of fear to keep growing strong within your mind. The more you feed a fear, the stronger it becomes. And the only way you could be feeding your fears is by convincing yourself that acting based off of the fear that you feel is keeping you safe, is protecting you, depending on the situation. But when you are given an opportunity to grow, to change your life, when you are given the chance to be better and to do better, and you act based off fear, because so many people fear their life looking completely different from what it is now. Like, that's the biggest thing. So many people be like, I want my life to look better, but I don't want to leave everything behind. And so they get stuck because they feel that fear of moving ahead in life, and they don't know what that life will actually be like to live. You understand what I'm saying? Because they have not lived that life yet. But the only way you're going to ever know is if you start putting in the work to let go of what you already have in order to bring more into your life. I've said this before. If you want to see something different in your life, you've got to get rid of something, and so something else can take that place. It can't take that. Like, for example, if you want, more understanding friends, but you got a group of toxic friends, they're not going to come in unless you get rid of those people. You understand what I'm saying? You can't have both. You can't have the toxic people and the good people. You got to pick one. You understand what I'm saying? The only way to break down a fear, the only way to break down those plants of fear that have grown and deeply rooted themselves into your subconscious mind is by taking action against the fear. It's about feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Whatever it is that you want to do, you have to feel the fear and know that it is only fear. Feel the fear and know that it is only fear. Feel the fear and know that fear is an ego-based emotion, and the ego tries to keep you stuck where you are, repeating the same cycle over and over and over again. Do you, ask yourself genuinely, do you want to keep going through the same thing over and over again? Or are you ready to have a new experience? Because let me tell you something. Last night, you guys, oh my gosh, I be wishing, like, I take walks at night, and I talk to God, and oh my gosh, I had felt chills all over my body, and I would have recorded it, but then I was like, nah, that's me and God time. You know what I mean? That's not for nobody else. However, I will share. So when you can think of life like a storybook, right? And in so many words, you and God, in order for you to move to the next page, you and God must be on the same page, right? So what you are experiencing right now, right? If you keep going through the same thing over and over again, what you are experiencing right now is a cycle. And what that cycle is, if we're going to put it into like the example of a storybook, you are having to reread the same page over and over. No. My cat is trying to get to the food, y'all. Please excuse that. In so many words, you are having to reread the book You are having to reread that page over and over and over again until you understand why God has put this page in the book for you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, some people, they keep repeating these cycles because they are scared to move on to the next page. They subconsciously, they know what the page is trying to show them, but it's because the soul knows the way. We are the soul. We know the way. We are travelers. You understand what I'm saying? We are just here having this experience. And so deep down inside, you already know what God is trying to tell you. You already understand the lesson that God is trying to teach you just based off this page that you are reading, or based off of this cycle that you are going through. But the reason why you are at this point, you are choosing to reread that page because you know that flipping to the next page means you've got to let go of the things that you have, let go of those things that are not serving you, but that's all you know. You understand what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard to let go of something if that's all you know. Like, some people would rather stay in a crappy city that they grew up in and spent 30 years of their life rather than move somewhere nice and somewhere that their nervous system can rest and that they can have peace, because they are afraid of what that means for them. A lot of people are afraid of their own success, I'm telling you, and you've got to break those fears down. Those fears are the ego keeping you stuck rereading that same page. And the minute you say to God, the minute you read that page and you realize the lesson that it is trying to teach you. And it's not even realizing the lessons that it's trying to teach you, because you could go to school and they say, okay, we're going to teach you multiplication. Okay, cool. But what about learning the multiplication? The minute you learn what is on that page and you take that within and you use that knowledge as you go on to the next page, because the knowledge that you are reading off of this page, and when you learn what it's about, when you flip to the next page, that previous knowledge will help you out when it comes to finishing out the rest of your book. You understand what I'm trying to say here? And another, like I just said, a lot of people are afraid of their own success. It's you might not believe it to be so, but why do you think some people would rather stay in a situation where, you know, they know it's not where they want to be, but they think that's all, excuse me, I'm not, okay. They think that that's as good as it's gonna get for them, and that's just not the case. However, they are afraid to try and do anything more because they are afraid of what success means to them. So many people have these plants of fear deeply rooted into their mind that it's not even a plant anymore. It's become a whole forest of fear that is just lingering in their mind, and you have to take opposite action. Instead of acting on the fear, in order to get to chopping that whole forest down and causing a whole bunch of deforestation in your subconscious mind, you've got to do the opposite. You've got to do the opposite. You've got to instill in yourself that you know that you are worthy, of achieving these things that you so long to achieve. And you might go within, right? You might take a look within and be like, yeah, there are some things that I fear that are keeping me stuck where I am, that are keeping me stuck in this same cycle. And that is fine, because you have to feel the fear and do it anyway. You have to look at that gigantic forest of fear. You might feel intimidated, and that is the reason why we back down from the fear, because our fears can be so great. We have spent so much time strengthening these fears that when it's time to face the fears, it feels intimidating. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for example, I don't like spiders. I kind of still don't like spiders, but I'm not scared of them. You understand what I'm saying? But let's use a different approach. I used to be scared of bees. I did not like bees because hearing about their stingers. And I remember one time when I was in first grade and we were in PE, this one girl got stung by a bee and she was crying so hard, and that traumatized me, okay? And that trauma, that's another reason why people get stuck, because that trauma keeps them trapped. The trauma is not helping. You might think that, okay, feeling the fear is protecting you from further pain because you have felt that pain in the past, and you're like, okay, now I'm afraid of bees because that one girl did it and that traumatized me, and now I don't ever want to be by a bee. I don't want to ever be around a bee again. But that those fears are keeping you trapped. That trauma is keeping you trapped. You understand what I'm saying? That pain that you are holding on to, that intimidation that you are holding on to, is keeping you trapped. And for so long, I used to always run away from bees when I seen them. And then I literally, like, bees will come this close to me and they're not gonna do anything. They're not sweating you. You understand what I'm saying? In so many words, they are not here to hurt you unless they have to. You understand what I'm saying? Unless they feel like their life is in danger. But if a bee is just coming right past you, it's no need to swat it, because then they're gonna feel like they're in danger and now they gotta sting you. That's what I've learned. I've never been stung by a bee. Now, wasps, when I was in 5th grade, I got stung by a wasp right here, and obviously it's gone, but I do not like wasps. Wasps are the devil and bees are angels, in my personal opinion. That was like on a whole nother track right there, but that just goes to show you that you're, in so many words, I was saying that because the fears, even though yes, you might have felt pain, been traumatized, or maybe you have a good reason for feeling your fear, but you have to understand you cannot let the thought of going through the same thing again keep you trapped. Because the thing about these fears is you feel these fears to keep you, how can I put this? Okay, the brain's main goal is to keep the body alive, to keep the body from feeling pain. You understand what I'm saying? Whether it be emotional or physical pain, whatever it is, we do not like the pain, and so we register from an early age. Whatever causes pain, we want to do everything to protect ourselves from that pain. And so you might think that feeling the fear whenever it comes, maybe you got booed on stage one time when you were 6 at a talent show, and now you're a great singer, and now you never want to sing again. You never want to sing on stage again because you know, you just have that fear of, you know, stage fright and getting on stage and being booed. But you, as long as you are holding on to that fear, you are blocking out so many opportunities. You could have been on America's Got Talent by now. You could have had your own record label. You could have been doing something greater than you can ever imagine, but those fears are holding you back. And once you chop down that forest of fears, you're able to see clearly how successful you can be, but those fears block you from seeing the success that lies on the other side. But like I was saying, once you chop down that whole forest of fears, you will then see clearly how successful you can be. Now you will have a clear vision, unclouded by fear, because you could start to daydream about how you want your life to look like and all the successful things that you are doing in your life. But 9 times out of 10, if you have that forest of fears that have been deeply rooted into your subconscious mind, you will eventually start to dismiss that dream and tell yourself, no, it's not possible because of this going on. You will start to see all the faults of your external reality of why the dream is not able to be accomplished, instead of looking within. Instead of saying to yourself, I'm holding myself back because I'm scared of what achieving these things, achieving these dreams, of having success, of being successful means to me. In so many words, you're saying, I can't do this because of this. I can't move on because of this, because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Instead, tell yourself the truth. In order to break down fear, you just got to tell yourself the truth, because the truth will always set you free no matter what it is. That is like a given. Once you hear the truth, it will resonate within your being. You could be trying to find the answer for something for so long, and you know you don't know the answer, right? But as long as you are searching for the answer and you'll see something, you'll be like, that's not it. But the minute you tell your truth, excuse me, y'all, like I'm on a road right now. The minute you tell yourself the truth, you will be like, there it is. That's what I've been looking for. So you've got to be honest with yourself. You have to tell yourself, I'm not moving on. I'm choosing to not finish reading this page. I'm choosing to not learn this lesson because I'm scared to let go. I'm choosing to not learn this lesson because I'm scared of what's on the next page. You have been traumatized in life. If you, like 9 times out of 10, these deeply rooted fears come from some kind of trauma. And that is okay, because these traumas do not have to control the way you live your life. Because the only thing these traumas are doing is keeping you stuck. And back to what I was saying, the brain will protect you from any kind of pain. And so of course you're gonna internalize these traumas and say, I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my life, so that way if something similar happens, I can be prepared. And what you're doing is you're keeping yourself in a state of panic and fear instead of letting your guard down. It is okay to let your guard down. It is okay to not know what's next, because that's the beautiful thing about life. The best things in life are the most unexpected things. And the things that you are expecting to happen, well, the more and more you believe it that it's going to happen, the more you're going to start to see it happen in real life. Because like I've always said, what you pay attention to starts to come into your life. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. Your nervous system or your subconscious mind, whatever you want to call it, but you will continue to seek out chaos because that is what you are used to, unless you decide to heal. Unless you decide to heal and choose peace. Until you can do that for yourself, you will continue to feel the fear. You will continue to feel that anxiety. You have to let those emotions go because they are ego-based. Your intuition is guiding you to take the step. Your intuition is telling you, at this point, you already know the lesson. You're just choosing to not implement that, or to not integrate this lesson that you know what you have to do. Let me say that again. You know what you have to do, but you're choosing not to do it because you are scared to let everything go. In order to live a completely different life, you have to do completely different things, and that is scary. It can be, because you do not know what will happen next, and that is fine. But as long as you keep feeding these fears by continuing to do the same thing over and over again, and if you do that for the rest of your life, then you will never ever have a new experience. The only way to have new experiences is to do different things. It's to do new things in life. A mind that is stretched by a new experience cannot go back to its old dimensions. It's like a sock. The more and more you wear a sock, And the bigger the foot the sock gets on, right, that sock is not going to be able to fit like a little tiny foot no more. Now that sock has room for more foot. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because it's been stretched by a new experience. So it's like your mind. The more you open your mind up to receiving and to learning and to growing and to new, damn, where excuse me y'all, but this neighborhood ain't never been this busy, and it's after 4th of July. Today is July 9th. So I'm wondering, where are all these people coming from? It's a Tuesday. It's 7:25 on a Tuesday. So maybe that's not something that I need in this video. But what was I saying? Yeah, the more and more you open your mind to receiving more information and to learning these lessons and to having new experiences, the broader you, like, the more knowledge you attain. But that is all that I have for this video. Before I end this video, y'all, what the heck, man? Literally, I'm not even gonna, I'm so serious. I actually have a video that is scheduled to upload tomorrow, so y'all will be seeing that video before this video. But in that video, I said something about how I had a dream, that the video talking about focusing on yourself, how to attract is like the most magnetic thing you can do. I had a dream that that video got like 1,000 views, and I remember it clearly. Right now, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that video is sitting at 966 right now, and it's blowing my mind because it's crazy how that really, like, I had it at this point. I don't even think it was a dream. I think it was more like a vision. Like, I was aware that I was sleeping and everything seemed like it was happening so fast in the dream. But that's one thing that I remembered from the dream, and I remember waking up like, bruh, did that actually happen? And when I woke up, the video had nowhere near, I think at that time the video had like 40 views or something. You understand what I'm saying? And looking back, I'm like, what the heck? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep going. I feel like I just wanted to say that. And on top of that, thank you to everybody who is joining the community, man. Like, you got to let the fears go. Tying into the video, when I first started this channel, man, I was so sure that this channel was not gonna do good. I was sure that nobody wanted to hear what I was talking about. I was so sure of that. Like, I had convinced myself that nobody really gave a crap. You understand what I'm saying? But as time went on and I just kept taking action, I did not act on that fear. Yes, I felt that fear. Whenever a video, like, I don't know how I was expecting my channel to do when I only had 2 people subscribed at the time when I first started. So I don't know how I was expecting it to do. But whenever, you know, like, because I used to see other YouTubers make similar content to me, and I was like, okay, their video is doing good. I was comparing my situation to their situation, and that was making me unhappy. That's why I said focus on yourself, man. Focus on your life. It doesn't matter what nobody else have going on. When you focus on your life, you start to find happiness and contentment with the things that are happening in your life. You start to find contentment in how things look in your life instead of worrying about what the next person got going on. I'm so for real. But I just wanted to say thank y'all, man. Like, thank you so much. Somebody literally just subscribed because it was at 325. Now it's at 326. So whoever just subscribed within that 1 minute, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Thank y'all for joining the community, man. Like, this is really crazy how people around the world are starting to do better and starting to awake and starting to ascend to greater levels and starting to reach new heights in their spiritual journey, because life is a spiritual journey. We are physical for the time being, but this is all a part of our growth as a soul, our growth and development as a soul. You know how some people say old souls? I'm an old soul. An old soul is someone who has had multiple, countless, dozens, a plethora of spiritual journeys. You understand what I'm saying? Life is a spiritual journey in and of itself. From the minute you are born, you are on a spiritual journey. You have to from the minute you are conceived, you are on a spiritual journey, literally, man. But that's all that I have to say for this video, man. I want to just give my biggest, like, I'm responding to comments as often as I can because they keep coming in and I'm not complaining. I want to say thank y'all for the love and support. I'm so glad that y'all are able to look at my videos and resonate with the things that I'm saying to you guys, because like I said, the truth will set you free. And when you hear the truth, you'll know it's the truth. You just know. You understand what I'm saying? I always leave a quote of the day in the description box For anyone who just wants to like take like a little piece of information with them throughout the day whenever they're watching this or whenever they're reading the quote in so many words. So I think that's all that I have to say. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Until next time, bye friends.